Welcome to the channel. How are you guys doing? Thanks so much for being here. As per request from some of the fans, people were asking me, what can you do in single player? Now, if you go click on solo right here, obviously you can do tutorials if you're new to the game and kind of learn just different basics, and I highly recommend you go through those. You can do your basic skirmishes where you can, go against AI, or you can go against people or private matches, whatever you want to do, as well as operations. So operations are really fun, can be very challenging, so I highly recommend you guys try those out as well. And you can actually do them on easier level. It says rookie, trained, or elite. Elite is definitely going to be very challenging, and some of these missions are actually very hard to do on that level. And if you can do it, I think it actually puts you in a much better position when you play people online, because some of these scenarios are very difficult because you have so little equipment and an enemy usually outnumbers you, has better stuff, so it really matters how you move your units around. And typically understanding the fundamentals of pushing, or how to assault a town when the enemy's dug in, and those kind of things. And I think what's cool is it kind of gets you to try some different factions out as well as you do that. As you guys can see, it's pretty much all of them right here. So one of the biggest things that we're all waiting for is Army General. If you guys are not aware of what that is, Army General is kind of like the campaign, and I'm really hoping that they will have an online feature where you can actually play against other players in a campaign mode. And this is where you might fight in Europe. You'll fight over large cities and territory, a lot more units, and it's what you bring to the battlefield, not just your custom deck that you built. So there's definitely a lot of strategy that comes into play. I'm sure some of you guys have seen some of the videos of Army General. If you have not, do check it out. It looks awesome. Really excited to see the things that they're going to do. Now, in the older game, Red Dragon, they actually had campaign there, and one of the coolest things that they used to have is naval combat. That's something we have not yet seen in Warno, and I'm really hoping that we will see that soon, because naval combat was super fun. Actually, in my opinion, it was more fun than even the land combat. It's just something so cool to see in naval frigates taking down incoming missiles, and seeing things like the Phalanx Sea Whiz going off and just taking those things out, which is so cool to see. And of course, you have those long range missiles and the massive explosions and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So I do hope that they will do Warno naval battles soon, because you can definitely see how in a European conflict you're going to have some naval battles, especially between Russia and Norway and England and or Britain. So yeah, definitely a lot of spicy things would be happening in the ocean as well as on the land. So we're all looking forward to that. Like I stated before, you got your tutorials. We're waiting for Army General. You have your skirmish options, and you have your operation options. And the coolest thing is too, if you play a match, you can hit load, you can hit replays, and you can go over your whatever you were doing recently, your online match or whatnot. One of the coolest things as well is the mod center. And this will be I'll be coming out with another video. There are a lot of really cool mods. So there's a mod called SURM, which is Surrealism mod. The coolest thing about this mod that I really enjoy, and obviously some people hate it, some people love it, but I think it's great, is that in this mod, you can shoot, like if you're a helicopter, you can almost shoot a missile from across the map. Because in real life, the distance that a helicopter can shoot a missile at a tank is from very far away. Sometimes it could be like a mile out. So, and then again, like you could have, ground support missiles going a lot further, anti-tank missiles. You can have, fighter jets shooting missiles from really far away, artillery, obviously. So it definitely changes the gameplay a lot, but it's definitely one you guys should check out. And you guys can see I have a couple other mods. The 190 mod that just kind of improves the realism of things, and the Freedom Deck Builder, which is really fun. Like you guys can see, it's got the best rating here. You could just pretty much put whatever you want in your deck, and this is more of like if you want to have fun with your friends and just have the units that you want to have, versus like right now Warno really limits you what units you can have in what nations. But when you have the freedom deck builder, you could actually pull the best from every deck, and that makes it super fun. But obviously you have to play against people who have the same mod, otherwise that would be unfair. Another cool feature that is also coming to Warno, as I'm sure you guys have seen for solo operations, if you guys want, is they're adding map editing abilities. So what that does is allow you to basically create your own map. For some of you who may be like, yeah, this map's kind of boring, not enough buildings, or it's too spread out, or it's too big, or it's too small, you can make your own maps, and that's actually a huge feature that's coming to this game that I think a lot of people are going to like. So yeah, do I think this game is worth it? I do. I think it's really fun, especially if you guys find a good community out there, which, by the way, there's a lot on Discord where you guys can find communities that just love playing this game. And so you'll find like-minded people who love strategy, because a lot of times finding good multiplayer games is tough, because you get people who kind of just really use stupid strategies. And what I mean by strategy is not really strategy, just kind of a cheap way to win. And so you'll find like-minded people who actually like strategy, and they'll just spam you with 100 tanks or whatever. So yeah, guys, so I would say overall this game does have a good amount of content even if you just play single player, but there are multiplayer options. Even you can create private games, which is a big thing. And I think there's big things coming, like Army General is gonna be huge. And again, if it has that multiplayer feature, this will be probably one of my favorite RTS games out there right now. So do check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.